Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Here we are again. It's still not hot here. This video is hard times are coming. Money will lose its value. Storable food, low cost storable food and meals. Okay, so I think I want to stay on food storage for a little while. Doesn't look like things are getting any better. So I made this hamburger one day and I made two and I froze one. So let's see how it heats up. Why cook? About the middle of the month, I usually try to buy about 15 sandwiches or some sort. All right, let's see what happens. Hard times are coming. Money will lose its value. Low-cost storable food and meals. All right, so let's start with 7 low-cost storable meats or proteins. Okay, the first one is eggs, and I noticed I only have 2 left. And I bought these at Grocery Outlet reduced. 1 eggs, 2 sausage. Okay, I bought these sausages today. And these are already cooked, and this will figure into my meal. It was, how much was this sausage? $1.78, so about 18 cents each. You can have sausage and egg sandwiches. Hot dogs, all right. Oh, here's an egg. What happened? Oh, I have 3 eggs. That was weird. All right, let's see. These were really good hamburgers. Yeah, the bottom one the bottom cooks faster. All right. So, let's see. 1 more minute. Looks like it's coming out perfect. Okay, so eggs and sausage. I bought this sausage at Walmart. They have it at Dollar Tree for $1.25, but I don't think you get 10. Okay, number 3 is hot dogs. Okay, what I do is I lurk around and I get the hot dogs marked down. So on any given day, I can always have hot dogs. That's cheap. Vienna sausages. These are, how much are these? These are 78 cents. Tuna, I bought this at Walmart. I bought a case one time. It's got a long shelf life, 2025, because I bought a long time ago. And let's see, what else? Sardines. These are $1.12. I like this kind. We'll go into that in a minute. Let's see how my hamburger turned out. Oh, turned out perfect. Perfect for a night you don't want to cook. That could be every night. You could make these one night and eat them. Oh, it's hot. On the next night. Ooh. Okay, so let's see, we have eggs, sausage, hot dogs, Vienna sausages, Spam. Now this is something that's gone up. I could get these sometimes for $1.25, but these are $1.78 now, which is high, really, for what they are. Let's see, was that it for the meat? Eggs, sausage, hot dogs, Vienna sausages, Spam, sardines, and tuna. Okay, if you're a meat eater, having these in your freezer is really, really going to help. Or having these stored in your food storage is really, really going to help a lot. It's low cost, but you're going to have food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the storable meat. That's very important because if you go to a food bank, they give you a lot of food out here, but not necessarily a lot of meat. Although I did get quite a bit, and I still have some left. This is some really good tea. It's black tea blueberry, which sounds horrible, but was actually good. All right, so that's for the storable meat. 7. And my homemade hamburger. Homemade is so much better. Might as well make a few extra ones. Now I want to talk about storable meals. Macaroni and cheese. Any kind of soup, but the loaded potato soup is really good. You can put cheese, you can put bacon, you can put clams, split pea. That's one of my favorite ones. Tamales, chili. So what I try to do is get an assortment. Like, I wouldn't want to have to eat the same thing every night. But if there wasn't much food, I'd be glad to. Beef stew, you can make that with mashed potatoes or rice. And spaghetti and meatballs. I always try to get the one with the meat because I think if I ever have to eat this stuff, like if I had to, this says it's one serving, 390 calories. This one is, it's hard to find it on, approximately 2 servings, and I can't find the calories. Sometimes they do this, it's super irritating. What if you want to know how many calories? Oh, I want to mention my vintage stuff. Okay, this is the kind of stuff I sell at the swap meet. Or this necklace. Or this kid's bracelet. Or these earrings. Okay, when I first started the swap meet, I could buy tons of this stuff and I could sell it for $1 each. But I used to be able to get in for $25, but never once did I sell like my jewelry for $1 each. Mostly I sold it to $1 each to the other vendors. $2 each, or 3 for $5 is what they would sell it for. But now it's $40 to get in. So before I go to the swap meet, I need about 1,000 items, clothes, household junk, jewelry, anything to make any money. And so if I go in with a lot of stuff and I sell to the vendors cheap, then by 10 o'clock I can leave with at least $200. But right now I don't want to go because it's cold, and I don't like to go when it's too hot. And right now, because money is so tight, the people that shop at the swap meet, unless they're, unless you're selling really cheap, you're just out there getting sunburns. So let's see. Okay, so this is all the meals. Any kind, just an assortment. So we have the hamburger meal, we have the meats, and we have what I want to do. From time to time, I'll veer off, and then I go, no, that is not what you want to do. You want to go back to storable food. Now, if you're broke, you're going to have food in your house that you can eat this week, next week, and there's no wasting. All right, so now I have, so we had the storable canned meals, now just storable cheap food. Okay, fry bread and tea. Now, what is good about the fry bread is it's satisfying because it's fried in oil. And every time I try to do this, I lose the fry bread recipe. It looks like I lost it again. Oh, here it is. Okay, I usually make half a batch. 1 cup flour, 1.5 teaspoons baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1 cup water. But you can use whey or powdered milk, or instead of flour, you can use pancake mix. And then you add all the dry ingredients first, and then if you're going to use nut milk, which is really good in this, add it little by little, because for some reason it takes about half as much, and just make a nice soft ball of dough, and then put a little oil in a bowl and roll it around so your bread has a little oil, not too much. Cover it for about 20 or 30 minutes and then fry it in hot oil. So if all you had was a camp stove, you could make this, or a barbecue. My friend and I did a video, welcome to my party, and we cooked dinner on her barbecue. Okay, so bread and tea. I had this afternoon, crackers with peanut butter and sliced cheese, cereal and milk. Okay, I went to the food pantry. Turns out this flakes and strawberry cereal is very expensive, like $11 a box. So the last time I went to the food pantry, they gave me oatmeal. Oh, and by the way, almost all the food pantry food is gone, so I'll be going again. So cereal and milk. I usually eat 3 meals a day, so that would be 1. Okay, the Oslo diet was good wheat bread with butter and a chunk of cheese with a glass of milk, a small fruit, and a small vegetable, peanut butter toast, and then frozen sandwiches, burritos, or breakfast sandwiches. I usually get them at Dollar Tree. Last month I bought sandwiches at Walmart that were $2 each, but the Dollar Tree sandwiches are fine. Egg salad sandwich, because you have your eggs. I like to make eggs and bacon, and soup and crackers. Okay, now I want to talk about 2 meals. Like, okay, you're broke, something happens. Okay, the first one is rice. So I stockpiled this rice. And short grain rice, it cooks fast. So how I do it is I make the rice, and I usually make about 3 tablespoons. Then I made these beans the other night. Here they are. These are the Mexicali refried beans. So what I do is I put the rice on one side, and then I reheat the beans. It can be canned beans. It can be any kind of beans. That goes on the other side. On top of the beans goes salsa. This is the Walmart salsa that goes on top of the beans. And on top of the rice goes an egg. So you have rice with an egg, you have beans with salsa, and that's it. Okay, now the next one. This is like when times get hard, God forbid. I think times are hard. I think people are in some kind of denial. Okay, the next one is top ramen. So I found this good top ramen at Grocery Outlet, but any kind of top ramen with sausage. So if you get the fully cooked sausage, you just cut them up and put, how many is a serving size of these? 3 links. It can be Vienna sausages. It can be hot dogs. Okay, then hot dogs. So you cook your hot dogs first. This is a big meal, you guys. You cook your hot dog first, 2 of them. Then you roll the hot dogs in your corn tortillas, and then you fry them in oil for like taquitos, and then you have your salsa. So that is cheap food. Also, on this rice, beans, salsa, and egg. If you don't want an egg, you can put your sardines on your rice. And then you make the sticky rice. It'd be rice with coconut milk, sugar, and then I bought 5 mangoes. I will cut these up and then I'll probably freeze them. Another thing is you can have grits with your half beans, half rice. You can have half beans, half grits with the egg on top of the grits. Okay, now, okay, about the garden. Okay, my mint plant is growing, but it's not mature enough to give me really good mint tea yet. I think I'm going to plant it in the backyard. Today I was looking for 7 dust. You know, now you go to get something, that doesn't mean it's there. So as soon as I find some, and not until, and then my soy plant survived like for the 3rd time. But what I bought today, because I want to do the year-round garden, and I forgot what the other one, it's radishes and cherry tomatoes can be grown year-round. And then I bought some okra because if I can just grow small ones, I had pickled okra, and I'll just use my pickling recipe and make some. I have some tiny bell peppers starting to sprout out, so that's exciting. Even if it takes me a while, I want to show you. So just start saving your seeds. When you're new to gardening, if you want to do a windowsill garden or balcony, or like you can even grow in your bathroom. Lindy's van life was growing vegetables in her van. So just save your seeds. That's why I bought squash, so I'd have plenty of seeds. And then I had some potatoes that sprouted, and I planted those in my garden, and a couple of them are growing, and something dug up one potato and took off with it. So, you know, in my garden, I don't know what's out there. I've seen a squirrel. I've seen a rat in my front yard. I've seen all kinds of birds. I've seen evidence of insects, so who knows. So the point of all of this is, it's storable food, but it's food, so you're not going to be going hungry. I think one of the best ways to save money is once you have food in your house, then you could skip a week, then you could skip a month without spending any money on groceries, and you could live a little bit better because you would have a little bit of extra money. Like today I bought 2 packages of dental floss, the seeds. Those, I used to be able to get those for 25 cents a package. That would have been 75 cents. Those were $1.44, so $3.50. So that's why when they tell us it's up 3% inflation, that is not true. And so it looks like the WR is escalating. So I've heard all kinds of reports like this is the big one, Elizabeth, to they're just trying to scare us. But the best thing is to make sure you have food in your house and some money in the bank. It doesn't have to be a huge amount of money. I'd say start out with say $50 and then $75, $100, and try to come up with some stuff instead of just throwing your junk in the trash. I found a 3-tier pot. I will sell that at the thrift store. I gave my neighbor a desk chair. If I find something that I think I can sell at the swap meet, I just throw it in the garage. I found lots of coolers, you know, anything that if somebody bought it, chances are you're going to be able to sell it cheap. And then one of the things I sold was plants, but this year my plants aren't that plentiful, so I can't. For one thing, it's not hot out here, it's still cold, so the plants are growing so slow, so unbelievably slow. My garden does look pretty though, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to make my entire house like a habitat. So far, my entire house is like a big fat mess. I laughed because I saw some lady and she said, My eBay is out of control. And I thought, yeah, join the club. So what I'm doing is I'm going through the junk, and believe me, I have lots of it. And when I find something like this necklace, this is old. I don't know if it used to have a charm or what. I put them in baggies of 20, 25 items each. Then when I get to the swap meet, I put 25 items out, and when those are pretty much sold out, I put another 25 out, because I've had horrible experiences with someone trying to go through all of it and not let anybody else look. And I have just found, like, when I first started, I used to sell jewelry off of a card table. One time I had this card table, I still have it. And the lady said, how much? And I said $7, and she said, that's too much. And I thought, well, it's hard to find those old card tables, so I thought $7 was a fair price. Okay, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all.